Good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to bring you the next interview in my Be Good to You video series with my friend Erin Kiel. She is a rock star in the gym and can lift heavy, heavy things. And I just envy her so much for doing that. But thank you, Erin, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this interview with me today.
Yeah, thanks, Kristen. Yeah, I like lifting weights, and it's just been neat kind of to get to know you over the last couple months and yeah, bounce ideas off of each other. But yeah, lifting weights is fun.
That's awesome. Okay, well, let's get going. So share with me your health story and moments in your life when you weren't being good to yourself.
Yeah, so I think so oftentimes we limit health to a weight loss story. And so for a long time, I felt guilty of that kind of mental, game. And I didn't think that I really had much of a story to share because I don't have a huge weight loss story. But as I looked at my story and my journey, I realized that kind of what you said, I wasn't being good to myself previously. And what I learned through my health journey was better ways to do that. And my health story continues and my journey continues because there's always ways that I can be better to myself. And so that's really what's been neat about my journey. So I think if I look back, and even the last 5 years after graduating from college, I was working in a corporate setting. I was doing sales and marketing. I was doing customer service. So in my mind, I enjoyed what I did because I enjoyed working with people. And I knew that there was more planned for me, but I didn't necessarily know what that looked like. I felt like God had more plans for me, but I didn't necessarily know what field that would be in. And I knew that I enjoyed physical fitness because that was just something, whether it was collegiate or sports that I just was actively involved in. I knew that I liked the physical fitness side of it, but I didn't go to school for exercise science. I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to own a gym facility, but I knew I gravitated towards that industry. And so after college, that's kind of where I was doing. I was working full-time behind a desk, working in more of the customer service marketing side, but I also was introduced to a coaching opportunity within the CrossFit gym. So my fiance now was the gym owner at this CrossFit gym, and he really saw me gravitate towards encouraging the members within that facility just naturally. And so he encouraged me to get my CrossFit certification. And so I started coaching within his gym. And I really developed, it piqued my interest because I knew that that was an area that I thrived in just naturally, but I had not thought of any career opportunity within that field at all before. And so I started doing a little bit more on the coaching side and just investing in others. And I found that I could be spending a ton of time investing in them, but that's when I felt at my fullest and where I felt like my cup was the most full. And so just doing that more with the corporate position kind of opened my eyes into more of like a health coaching type of an opportunity. So Jeff was the owner at that gym, but he also had a health coaching program within the walls of this facility. And so he showed me it simply as an opportunity that he was given that helped him to lose weight and to get healthier. And so I saw how it was going to benefit the gym members because they were working their butts off. They were doing their very best and they thrived under coaching support in the gym walls, but they didn't have that support that they needed outside of the gym. And so with this opportunity, I could then give that to them and support them even when I wasn't with them in the gym. And so it started to really open my eyes into what I could do with that opportunity. And so I did that part-time, just kind of whenever I had time, whether it was over a lunch hour or in my free time at night. And I found that I could help more people even than what was at the gym wall. So it was helping my family and my friends get healthier. And as I did that, my mind continued to open up to, maybe I don't have to be in this corporate position for the rest of my life. And I knew down the road that I wanted to have a family and to stay home with kids. And so to kind of start dreaming more along my health journey, and to understand that I didn't have to limit myself to the corporate position, just really gave me the freedom to do something that I knew God had planned for me. And I could use my heart of service to really help people, but it was also a way that I could help myself, because I was striving to be the best version of myself. And so to now have the opportunity to, I can share within people, within the gym walls with people that I'm working out with, because other people like lifting heavy weights too. But like seeing family members just get healthier is so rewarding. And it really comes down to helping people invest into that better version of themselves, whatever that might look like. And yeah, so for me, that's really been the biggest health change for me, was the emotional side of it, and eliminating that stress and that guilt of not doing what I felt like I was called to do. Yeah.
No, that's really interesting, because I think a lot of the times when we talk about being good to ourselves, it's a weight thing, it's a physical thing, and for you it was certainly a stress and work life balance, and so that's always good to get that perspective from other people as well. So what habits and mental well-being practices do you do on a daily basis now to be good to yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think one of the things that I've learned the most is just how important it is to spend time with quality people that are like-minded and have the same values as you do, because we all tend to gravitate towards the community of people that we surround ourselves with. So our habits tend to be like those around us. And so if I make an intentional effort about who I spend my time with, then it helps me to be a better version of myself. So practical wise, with the job change, so I liked my group of people within the walls of that facility, but there were also a lot of negative people, even in the management side, that just didn't have similar values for me. So removing myself from that situation has just helped immensely in terms of stress and just how I can see my life continue to grow from the people I spend time with. Practical other practices that I've done is just limiting the amount of television I have, news. I watch some, but I find that so often it can be discouraging. And so I watch Netflix. I watch things that I can choose the media and the message that I'm receiving. But yeah, even just like the type of music that I listen to. So real practical things about self-development. So I've recently started getting into some podcasts, doing devotionals each morning more regularly. That's something that Jeff and I have done together as a couple, but we also do some individual ones as well. So finding that source of accountability, even within like your immediate group of people, that you can help do something together, has been helpful. I think the other thing that has helped me too is kind of customizing my Facebook newsfeed. So Facebook has these really neat algorithms and how they choose to always show you very similar people, and the people that you see most often you tend to see more of. And so I found that I have two choices when I'm going through and I see negative content, whether it's somebody complaining or just not happy with what they're at, or negative media. I can either unfollow them, so I still will be their friend, but I don't have to see their news pop up on my feed normally, but I can still go in and encourage them, or I can choose that as an opportunity to comment on that post and try spread a light that way too. So it's always that constant reminder that people need a little bit of support and encouragement, because there is a lot of bad in this world, but if we can be that good, it ends up encouraging me as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I take that to heart. I want to see some good stuff. Not naive to what's going on in the world,
Yeah.
but if it's what's taking up space in your mind, it might as well be some good stuff, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, in closing, what advice would you give to others to encourage them to be good to themselves?
Yeah, I would just say to invest in yourself. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a monetary investment. It can simply be a time or a real intentional focus on yourself. And maybe it's the amount of time that you're just dedicating to cleansing yourself of the noise that you hear every day, and just giving yourself that time to pause and take a deep breath. But it also can be, it can be a monetary investment. I think a lot of times health does have an upfront cost. So whether that be investing in a program or a gym membership, or the support of someone within, maybe it's even just like a doctor's office, it takes money a lot of times. But if we can look down the road and to see where that investment is going, it's giving us so much more too. So you're paying for so much more than what might just be a gym membership. So I think focusing on that. The other thing I would just say is, it's kind of what you just said, whatever it is that's consuming your thoughts. So I do a lot of praying. I like to journal. And so if you can look at your own life and see where you're journaling, see where your mind is always going to, and just pause and really focus if that's something that is a positive aspect of your life. Is that something that is being good to you? Or if that's something that you need to kind of figure out how to change that course. For me, when I was stuck in the corporate setting, it was always, I feel like I need to do more, but I don't know what that is. And so find what it is that's consuming your thoughts. And that can be, where you decide to invest and to be a little bit healthier, to be better to you, is, where that negative place is right now, or what it is that's consuming your thoughts.
Absolutely. That's great stuff. Thank you so much. Erin, this has been a pleasure. And I get to interview your fiance, Jeff, in a few weeks. So that'll be fun. I should have just had the interview at the same time. But no, this was great. Thank you so much for your insight. Thank you for just sharing your story. And I really appreciate you again taking the time out of your day.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, Kristen. It's such a neat way to share with people and to get to know you. So thank you.
Awesome. All right. Have a great day, Erin. Thank you. Okay.
See ya.
Bye.